3 weeks ago, should say. This was his last video that I ever see him uploading on Tofiachu. But yeah, he preemptively made a video night of his the truth coming out, the allegations coming out about him, preemptively apologizing for it. I was already like firing off like, hey, there's something wrong with this. This doesn't seem right. Cause I'm not gonna go to my YouTube studio there. Right away, alarm bells were going off in my head. I made a video about how he's gonna be the leaping lolcow. It's on my YouTube channel. It's in a YouTube short. And yeah, he has become the leaping lolcow because the shit that he's done.
I don't know.
He's
I can't
garbage.
really describe it too much, but like she was bent over, and then I was thrusting a little bit, and then she started backing herself into me, type shit. That's what I mean when I say she rode me, is that she was like backing herself into me, telling me that she wanted it, saying yes. This girl isn't a very good person. She isn't a very good person at all. Like, you have to understand that. And that's why most of the shit that she is saying about me that is negative isn't corroborated by text. It isn't corroborated by screenshots that I know that she would have because she has other ones. It's hearsay.
Lemur is not a reliable source or person.
There are two types of people on the internet, the lolcows and the people who make a living milking them. It's very rare for people in the second category to become the very thing they ridiculed all the time. But the leaping lemur went against all odds and became a lolcow himself. Gilberto Cardona, known infamously as the leaping lemur, is a painfully uncharismatic YouTuber whose entire channel revolved around mocking internet degenerates, only for him to become something far worse than the people he laughed at.
Wow, I need a minute to think about this.
Thanks to his fault of degeneracy, he lost over 20,000 of his 70,000 subscribers. The leaping lemur became radioactive.
Let's go back there real quick.
Or known infamously as the leaping lemur, is a
51K as of
uncharismatic YouTuber whose entire channel revolved around mocking internet degenerates, only for him to become something far worse than the people he laughed
subscribers.
at.
Wow, I need a minute to think about.
Focused a lot of core accusations.
55K there, he was at 70. He's at 50.2 now. Hey, let's go.
Against Lemur. In an interview, Lily alleged that Lemur gave her alcohol while she was 19, despite being under the legal drinking age. And guess what? Lemur's 21 years old.
You are not innocent. You gave me alcohol. I drank the alcohol, but you made it to a point where we were drinking every day for 3 days straight. 3 days straight.
She claims that after becoming heavily intoxicated on the first night they met in person, she woke up naked with no memory of what occurred.
Not remember the night? This is when the crazy part happens. I wake up and I'm naked.
Okay.
Mind you, I don't know why I am, but me as a person, I respect myself enough to know that I shouldn't be on the first night. You know what I mean? Like Nick on the first night.
Lemur later went on live streams describing sexual acts in graphic detail, and Lily says she doesn't remember consenting to or participating in it. Screenshots allegedly show Lemur threatening to kill her if she cheated. On my life, this is the kind of shit that would get you killed. But I swear if you called me on some F shit with another dude, bro, I'm blasting y'all. And that's not all. Lemur allegedly trash-talked his own friends who happened to be thriving YouTubers Major Chilla, Antimatter Morty, Bloodspeth, and Kiwi Tapes. And as if being a bad friend wasn't enough, Lemur...
By the way, all those channels are absolutely awesome. I recommend you check them all out. Awesome creators. I've pretty much enjoyed every video they've put out. Peak, to be honest. So much better than Lemur.
Also insults his viewers, calling them stupid and cringe, despite relying on them for income. Also, Lemur allegedly displayed an interest in incest, only to later dismiss it as a joke.
But that's the thing, like the text message.
Yeah, no. In his text messages, and as much as that was mentioned, I'm pretty sure he's actually into it, and not it being a joke. It's it's so weird. It's so weird, dude.
Just didn't show that I watch incest porn or that I like incest porn. It was me saying like, what would you do if I
called you stepbro, yeah, well,
it was
you're
a
being
joke.
coy.
And the funny part, Lemur mocked overweight lolcows like Tofia Chu and Nova Online while weighing between 250 to 300 pounds himself. This entire saga becomes very
Yeah, he is the basically the same size as Nova, making fun of Nova. Tofia is bigger, but he's still in the same weight class. I don't I know either way pulling that type of stuff is on the bad side of things, but again, pot calling the kettle black. It's not something that I
And now Kiwi Farms has a thread about him, a full thread with his real name and archived screenshots. And despite the amount of evidence stacked against him, Lemur swore that it was all a lie.
So I don't understand why she would just lie about something so big. I don't know. Everybody else, like everything that's come out right now, is it's all a bunch of bullshit.
He claimed that Lily wasn't a good person.
So I'm telling you right now, this girl isn't a very good person. She isn't a very good person at all. Like, you have to understand that. And that's why most of the shit that she is saying about me that is negative isn't corroborated by text. It isn't corroborated by screenshots that I know that she would have because she has other ones. It's hearsay.
He claimed that she bit him, when truly it was because she hated the way he kept touching her.
So she started hitting me. I'm not lying to you. Dead ass. I'll look you dead in the eye and tell me. Girl started socking me, like hitting me. She hit me in the jaw. She hit me in the mouth, and she bit my arm.
I only said
that honestly to me that does not look like a bite by somebody. Well, that's not him.
sorry. Do you know why I said sorry? Because I was sorry for putting my hands on you. That's why I'm sorry, but you have put your hands on me when that situation happened. Okay, do not act like you're innocent, because you are not.
Lemur, the screenshots prove otherwise, and the internet isn't dumb.
He can say that it didn't happen, but Lily had way more evidence to prove her story.
The plot thickens in more ways than you can imagine. The leaping lemur
Leaping himself into a deeper hole is such a great analogy. Oh my gosh, I love it.
built his entire brand around embarrassing
That's
people.
such a
only
great
to outdo
analogy.
every single one of them.
Wow.
His case is a particular kind of fall from grace that hits differently on the internet. It's not cute like celebrities caught in a scandal or politicians with skeletons in their closet. It's sick because it's a story about the making of a new lolcow.
And I feel like a massive piece of shit because I chose to believe him because he was my friend over this girl who had a bunch of evidence.
Who is the Leaping Lemur? What did he do to his
Oh, I don't know
ex-girlfriend?
that lady.
And how did he become the latest lolcow in 2025? Keep watching to find out. Now let's start from the very moment when the Leaping
Bro is rotund as heck. He is so rotund.
Lemur was publicly transformed into the Leaping Lolcow. It was December 19th,
Leaping
2025.
lolcow.
Lily asked to be invited to the Kiwi Farms forum because she had information about the Leaping Lemur. She was once a fan of his before she became his girlfriend. The pair had been dating online for 3 months until their breakup, just 6 days after their first meeting in December 2025. Whatever happened in that hotel room was catastrophic enough to end a months-long relationship within a week of the couple finally being together physically, and Lily didn't stay silent. Now, for those who don't know, Kiwi Farms is a forum dedicated to discussing a lot of controversial and cringe internet personalities. Members of the forum are not the friendliest people to deal with. They attack lolcows in many categories. Files, rapists, racists, you name it. So when Lily mentioned the Leaping Lemur's name on this forum, it wasn't a good sign. A user named Osama bin Laden worked tirelessly to get Lily on board the forum. And after Lily joined Kiwi Farms, Lemur's story began to spread, and the forum was shocked to learn a shocking detail. Lily was allegedly sexually assaulted. In an interview with Osama bin Laden and a YouTuber named Tarman, Lily explained that she had met up with Lemur for the first time on December 13th, 2025. They had been dating for 3 months since October. It was meant to be a weekend getaway.
A weird tidbit, I don't know if that'll get into this video, but in this 3-month relationship, he got attached so grossly quick. And honestly, he was acting like how a needy girl would act. not, you know, how a normal dude would act. He acted so needy as frick. I'm gonna say those words instead of the other word.
way. However, things quickly went sour. According to Lily's account, that first night involved heavy drinking. After leaving the airport, they stopped by the ABC store to get some drinks. Mind you, Lemur was the one who made this offer. Lemur had been eager to drink with Lily way before their meeting. Unfortunately, this was an awful arrangement, considering that Lily's 19 years old and is technically underage for drinking in the United States. Lily admitted that she's a drinker, no doubt.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I do drink.
But it's an entirely different case when a 21-year-old Lemur with a growing YouTube
Honestly, even though it's like illegal for people that age to have alcohol, I find it very different with a 19-year-old like getting, you know, Mike's Hard Lemonade, that type of drink, and then drinking underage versus a 21-year-old giving them hard alcohol and drinking multiple days in a row. Drinking is drinking, but once you've drinking before, you understand that there's different alcohol, there's different strengths. Mike's Hard Lemonade, um, I'm pretty sure it's like 5% hard alcohol, starts at like 40, and having a 19-year-old girl drink hard alcohol 3 days in a row. Excuse me? I'm not gonna say excuse me, good sir. I was about to say that. You're not a good sir. That is for sure.
channel offered to get booze on their first official night together. The worst part is that he was well aware that Lily was below the legal drinking age. But despite this, he pushed for alcohol use throughout their time together. Lemur had a duty to protect his reputation, so regardless of the fact that they were in a relationship, it was wrong of him to suggest them getting alcohol.
But he himself, like, he knew it was bad. He's a content creator. I don't have a platform. He does. You know what I mean?
This alcohol situation would be the catalyst in Lemur's situation. This is because Lemur made them drink alcohol every day for 3 days straight. They literally drank throughout their weekend getaway, and things started to crumble on their first night of drinking when Lily blacked out and woke up naked. That gap in memory is precisely what makes her story so disturbing. Lily had no recollection whatsoever of ever consenting to sex. She only remembered reaching a point where she began taking care of Gilberto as he started vomiting. Even at this point, she was also
Gilberto.
heavily intoxicated herself. But from then on, there was nothing.
He starts throwing up. I'm taking care of him, but at the same time, I don't feel good either. And then I start to not remember the night. This is when the crazy part happens. This happened on the first night, mind you.
The gaps in memory are crucial. Lily wasn't just tipsy or buzzed, she was incapacitated to the point of blackout. This is someone who admittedly drinks and would know how to control her alcohol. However, something about this night was different. Maybe it was because it was their first meeting, or because Lemur himself was making them drink. Whatever the reason, Lily was completely put out of character. When she asked him what had happened the night before, Lemur came up with a very confusing story. First, he said that Lily had started getting drunk after taking care of him when he was vomiting. Then she started bumping into things and crawling on the floor.
What happened? He was like, oh, you were taking care of me and whatnot, but then you started getting drunk and started bumping into things, and you started to crawl on the floor. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? Like, what?
And it didn't end there. Lemur had told Lily that after seeing how drunk she was, he had to put her in the shower.
He's like, well, you started to crawl on the floor. You said you were really drunk, and so I put you in the shower. He says he put me in the shower.
This explanation was Lemur's way of justifying how and why Lily had woken up naked on their first night after being completely wasted. However, nothing about this situation sounds morally right. In fact, nothing about it seems truthful, to be honest. He had stated that Lily was crawling on the floor and somehow she had also wet herself on the bed. This essentially means that she peed on the bed, and Lemur told her that this was when he took her to the shower.
Kind of wet yourself. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, he was like, well, we were on the bed and you kind of wet yourself. I was like, wet? And he's like, yeah, so you said you wanted a shower. And I was like, okay. And he's like, okay, so I took you to the shower. I'm like, all right. He's like, and then after that, you crawled back to the bed. I'm like, okay.
You can smell the inconsistencies in these statements, and that was only the beginning. Lemur still dropped another bomb on her. Lemur told Lily that she rode him on the bed.
Now, this is the first time I'm mentioning this. This does happen, and I hope that if he does say something, he can clarify this. But yes, He says he put me in the shower.
Okay, so hang on. Let me clarify. Okay, so let me clarify just so I understand. His logic to you waking up naked is that you were really fucked up.
Ad break. Oh no. For those of you on YouTube, it'd be really cool if you subscribe to me on my WeswesO YouTube channel. You're seeing me on WeswesO Live. For those of you seeing this on my VTubing channel, WeswesO-VT, yeah, all you guys subscribe to me there. That'd be quite awesome. Please, please, please come subscribe to me on my WeswesO channel too. That would be awesome. I have more videos on there. Currently, my WeswesO-VT channel only has like 4 or 5 videos. These videos will be going onto there because, hey, I'm not in VR right now. We have 10 more seconds left in the ad break. So, like, hey, I have a Twitch channel for those of you somehow don't know. Come to me on Twitch. I also have a Facebook page, WeswesO. And, yeah, ad break is over.
Up, you were drunk, and you know, I don't know. He wanted to like sober you up to for whatever reason. So he drug you to the shower. Now,
Yes.
Okay. I have a second question. Did you guys fucking kiss or do anything sexual before this happened?
I remember he tried to kiss me, and I just felt like I had to, just cause like he's here, and I'm just like, okay, like a kiss is not really anything to me. Like, sorry, but it's like, I don't know, like.
Okay. So this would be the first time that he like saw you naked is whenever you're passed out drunk and he like dragged you to the shower.
Yes, and I didn't even know this happened. Like when he told me, I'm in shock. Like I'm in shock. Like I'm like what? Like what? Like crawling? Like what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, like you kind of, and like I'm gonna be honest. He was like, you kind of wet yourself. I don't know where he got that I quote unquote rode him.
First of all, waking up naked with no memory of how you got that way is every person.
Again, he gave her tons of alcohol. Her being 19, underage for drinking alcohol, by the way. And she woke up naked, not knowing what happened.
Person's nightmare, particularly when you're in an unfamiliar location with someone who had been pushing for physical intimacy. And secondly, the revelation that Lily rode him on the bed was a shock to her. This is because she didn't find him attractive at all. You may be wondering, how come?
I mean,
well,
I get
from
it.
the moment she set her eyes on him for the first time, Lily had maintained a mental list of turn-offs. She expressed that she didn't like the way Lemur walked.
I'm not gonna lie, he was really like I'm gonna say it again. He walked weird.
And she also found him to be extremely stinky. In her words, Lemur smelled like cheese and mildew.
And it smelled, like, I'm going to describe it, but like, it's like if a fat person doesn't clean in between their like rolls, and like it just smells like cheese and mildew. Like that's all I can really say. That's all I can say.
And she claimed that he smelled so bad that she had to cover her nose when she laid beside him on the bed.
Like I was next to him in bed, and like I had to cover my nose with my t-shirt and not look at him. And I was like holding my breath and kind of gagging to the point where it was like that.
If he had any decency at all, like, you're meeting somebody, you're gonna be in bed with them like the first night with them. He could have at least took a shower, you know, maybe a little bit of cologne on since it's the first night. The first night's like, this is your first impressions. I would assume, I know I'm assuming things, but I would assume you would want the best first impressions. But again, that's just that's my weird idea, I guess.
Before she woke up naked beside him, Lily alleged that they had only kissed once, and she only gave in to the kiss because Lemur had initiated it, and she felt like she had to reciprocate. Furthermore, according to Lily's account, they had not moved past first base or done anything remotely sexual. The height of their physical contact, as long as her memory served her right, was a hand job, and this was the moment she discovered how stinky his junk was.
The most that happened was like a hand job, but I didn't like it. That's when I really smelt the stench. That's why nothing exceeded from there.
So it's safe to say that Lily wasn't impressed by the guy she had been dating online for.
Like, It's really sad that Lemur turned out to be a neckbeard to the fullest extent. Like, this was a neckbeard, now lolcow neckbeard, that was literally just constantly calling the kettle black. It'd be really different if, one, he didn't do all of this crap, and he was just like a big dude, and that was like the extent of his crimes. But with everything that he's done and the fact that he's stanky all over, inside and out, mentally too, and he did all this stuff, like, wow. And this is only can get worse. I don't see this getting better at all.
3 months. She had cared enough to suppress her disgust by sharing a room with him, even though she found his natural scent utterly disgusting. Yet
Which,
despite everything,
honestly,
she woke
fair.
up naked and confused, only to listen to stories about how she had ridden him and was made to shower naked. What makes this case completely disturbing and downright sick is that this was the first time Lemur saw her naked body, and she had no memory of it because she was extremely drunk.
This would be the first time that he like saw you naked.
And isn't it a crazy idea? Like, they met on the internet. Isn't it a crazy idea not to do sexual things on the first time you guys see each other? It's just I know another crazy idea of mine, but like, just logically speaking.
It is whenever you're passed out drunk and he like dragged you to the shower.
Yes, and I didn't even know this happened. Like when he told me, I'm in shock.
Everything Lily had done with Lemur was out of pity. First the kiss and then the other thing.
Yeah.
She admitted that she felt disgusted and had to do it because Lemur put her hand there.
Like it's stinky. I don't like it. It
He put
smells.
his
He
hand-
put my
she
hand
put-
there, and I had no
Oh,
choice. I felt like I had no
God.
choice.
There's
Lemur
no
was
way.
completely bold in his advances toward Lily, who at the time was his girlfriend. But here's the thing, consent is still necessary even in
Yes.
relationships. If Lily was truly in the mood for it, their physical contact would have evolved after the kiss, but it didn't. And if Lemur was a gentleman, he wouldn't have allowed a girl who was more intoxicated than him to wind up naked on their first night together. Following these admissions, Lily never explicitly claimed that she had been sexually assaulted, but she did believe that someone as forward as Lemur could have touched her while she was naked and vulnerable.
I'm going to say because I was naked, I'm going to say that he probably maybe touched me like my breast or something. Like I'm not sure, but I'm assuming so because of the way he's acting.
I agree with the
Any
assumption,
gentleman
to
with
be
common
honest.
sense wouldn't have done what Lemur allegedly did. Offer a girl alcohol when she wasn't the legal age and strip her naked on the first night while she was completely wasted. The situation was upsetting. So naturally, Lily wanted to leave. But according to her, Lemur begged her to stay even when he himself could sense that she wasn't into him.
And I told you many times I was uncomfortable, many times. And I told you, let's take it step by step. I said, let's be clear. And the way that I reacted when we did stuff, you yourself told me that I acted like I wasn't even into you. And you know that. I have screenshots of it. You begged me to stay.
Lily's account completely revealed a side of the leaping Lemur that no one knew existed.
Such a
And this is where
soy
the
boy.
story began to get messy. You see, as Lily continued to report Lemur's disturbing behavior to the general public, Lemur himself was on social media trying to clear his name. He released an apology video on his YouTube channel.
Literally day of the allegations coming out. Like, he released it within the day, and then the night allegations came out, and then the day after, all these YouTubers were talking about it. Like, it was a preemptive apology, not even prompted yet. And he was just like, oh no, gotta do it.
Which will unravel shortly, and he also granted interviews to some curious YouTubers like Tarman and Himpleton. In these interviews and clips, Lemur recounted an entirely different story about what had happened when Lily was supposedly intoxicated that fateful night. First, he said that she didn't black out. Instead, she was active
my
and
model's
started
freaking
twerking
out.
on him.
She started like, she started like twerking on me. She was doing shit. Like she says she was blackout, and I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, she was unconscious, or she couldn't move, or she got so drunk,
Doing
so
gang
drunk.
signs. Can we
Dude, she
not
was
do
like
gang
twerking
signs,
on
please?
me.
Thank you.
We were, she was active.
And here's the crazy part. Instead of avoiding detail, he went the opposite direction. Lemur provided graphic descriptions of sexual acts that he had delivered casually when the 19-year-old Lily was extremely intoxicated. He said she was bent over and he began thrusting into her. This was what he meant when he told her that she rode him that night. Now take a look at the irony of this situation. While Lily was saying, I don't remember, Lemur was saying, here's exactly what happened. Additionally, his claim that
Ugh.
she started backing herself into him sounded like an attempt to frame the encounter as consensual, as if Lily was actively participating. But participation while being completely drunk isn't consent. It's the body moving while the mind that would say yes or no is effectively shut down. Drunk people can't consent, much less an intoxicated 19-year-old who consciously didn't let things advance between them when they were sober. Lemur not understanding that only showcased the depth of his moral failing. Lily's interview with Tarman revealed multiple dimensions of Lily and Lemur's case. This is because the drama got progressively worse towards the end. During the interview, Lemur suddenly chatted Lily up, demanding that she put an end to the whole situation.
Oh, Lemur's texting me right now.
Oh no. This is the first I'm hearing about that. Oh, freaking no.
He's actually texting me right now. On iMessage.
Yo, what's up, Lemur? Yo, what's up, Lemur? Are you
He said,
watching
this
me?
is getting out of hand. I have so many screenshots, so many things. You know what you did.
Unfortunately for Lemur, Lily didn't stop.
Okay, let's read this. Ask me for blah multiple times. You could say no at any moment, Lily. And you know it. You put my hands on it and you expected me to jerk you. So I did it out of pity. Damn, that's pain, but I honestly deserved. I told many times I'm not comfortable yet. You know that. Dude. No, you are. Seriously. You sucked my dick the first day. I acted that way because I pitied you. Ask me for back shots. Did I ask you to suck my dick? Yes, you did. You actually did. You wanted to fuck many times. Did you pull down my pants and started sucking my shit? Anyways, you're blocked. And you a listener, I'm assuming liar, LaFamo. You gotta stop this, bro, or I'm gonna come out with what I got too. You know you wanted sex. You touched me when I went bizarre. F you.
In fact, things took a sharp turn when Lily released screenshots of their conversation during the interview on Kiwi Farms. And in these screenshots, we can see Lemur revealing more of the sexual acts that had gone down between the two of them when Lily was drunk. In one panel, Lemur wrote some disgusting statements like, "You may have gotten drunk, but you never said no. You never pushed me off. You asked for it multiple times before and after." In another panel, we have Lily saying, "I did not want to jerk your smelly. I did not F you." While Lemur responded saying, "You jerked me off and asked for back shots multiple times." Ugh. From these screenshots and earlier statements in the interview, Lemur's descriptions created the impression of someone narrating events only they remember, events that didn't count as consensual both legally and ethically. And it makes
Honestly, the way he narrated those events is almost that of a 18 plus fan fiction. Like, I don't see it any other way.
you wonder, why was he comfortable describing something Lily had said she doesn't remember? Was there more to this side of the story? Well, guess what? There definitely was. The full horror of that night wouldn't become clear until later, when Lemur himself provided more missing pieces, but in the worst possible way. He had more revelations in store for his audience in a horrible response video. On December 20th, 2025, Lemur uploaded a video he called "I Made a Huge Mistake" apology on his channel. In this 21-minute long video, Lemur versed out his own version of events, while also insulting Lily and calling her a bad person. Literally 4
Over
minutes
and
into the
over
video,
again,
he
too.
stated that Lily isn't a good person, and all the negative things she was claiming that he did was hearsay.
This girl isn't a very good person. She isn't a very good person at all. Like,
I think what tipped me off to this stuff being incredibly weird with Lemur was the fact that literally everything he was accused of, he was immediately saying was wrong, was false. Everything she said is completely wrong. Because typically there's always shreds a bit of truth in both situations, whether it's arguments, fights, what caused what. There's always truths that from both sides kinda sorta did it in, I'd say, most cases. There are cases where it's just one side being an asshat, and it caused everything. But realistically, him firing off, just saying everything's fake right away, was very, very suspicious.
You have to understand that. And that's why most of the shit that she is saying about me that is negative isn't corroborated by text. It isn't corroborated by screenshots that I know that she would have because she has other ones. It's hearsay.
Then right after calling her a bad person, he went on to contradict himself in the space of 20 seconds. First of all, Lemur claimed that he doesn't drink. Then in the same breath, he also stated that everybody drinks, and with Lily, he drank because that's what he does.
This is a girl that I don't drink. I just turned 21 not too long ago. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, everybody drinks before they turn 21, right? If you're like 19, 20, you're going to a party, you're gonna drink. So I'm drinking. I mean, that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like I chill, like I get chill when I drink, and everything's cool. Like the first couple
I don't drink, but I drink, essentially.
of nights were chill. And
Let's also remember that he was completely on board with drinking with Lily, to the point that he made them drink throughout their weekend getaway. This behavior naturally pointed at Lemur's apparent love for alcohol. Yet, in his apology video, he tried to make it look like Lily was the drinker and he only engaged in it for her sake.
then again, she's a fucking, like, she knows what she's doing, you know what I mean? She drinks more than me. Like I said, before we even got into the relationship, I didn't really drink. A lot of people know this. I don't drink on stream. She's the one who was like, hey, you should start drinking. You're 21. I drink.
And from this point, Lemur revealed something completely different about Lily. He claimed that she had gone into a drunken psychosis when she suddenly started staring at the wall and muttering nonsensical stuff.
And she gets up randomly and starts looking at the wall, like looking at the wall on some like psychosis. And this is exactly what she told me herself happened. She said that she went through drunken psychosis. So she gets up and she starts saying, don't hit me, don't do this, don't do that, da 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 da, like random shit. And I'm far away from her on the other side of the bed, just staring at her like.
Lemur stated that while this went on, he kicked Lily out of the hotel room. Then she got angry and started smashing things.
And that set her off. She didn't like that I kicked her out of the hotel room. She got really angry and started slamming shit. I put down money on the fucking hotel room or whatever the fuck. The room. I put money on it. So, you know, her, like, if she starts slamming shit and breaking shit, obviously I'm gonna have to pay for it. So I'm like, what the fuck? I told her to get out. I'm like, you.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, he claimed that she started hitting him before biting his arm.
So she started hitting me. I'm not lying to you. Dead ass. I'll look you dead in the eye and tell me. Girl started
I'll look you dead in the eye and I'll tell you, well, you're just a PNG of a lemur staring straight at us completely. Yeah, you'll look us in the eye. For sure, you'll look us in the eye. Yeah.
Stalking me, like hitting me. She hit me in the jaw, she hit me in the mouth, and she bit my arm.
In the entire video, Lemur never addressed the case of how Lily had woken up naked or the sexual acts he had performed on her while she was drunk. In fact, Lemur ultimately deflected by calling Lily an attention seeker who was exposing him just because he had been ignoring her since the breakup.
She's obviously making up a lot of lies about me because I'm not giving her attention. I mean, she
Welcome,
told me that she wanted to
R1.
get
I
back
think
with me.
that's Pixel.
I
I think
told
I'm
her that
saying
I
your
don't
name
think
right.
I'm like, dude, I don't.
Context for those of you joining us. This is what was the Leaping Lemur. He was a commentary channel that basically took a look at all the garbage on the internet and talked about it. Basically, the goal was to make people aware of these garbage individuals. And he ended up essaying a girl, giving this girl alcohol when she was 19. Though I say when she was, this was just barely a month ago. But her being 19, giving her tons of hard alcohol, having her drink 3 days in a row this hard alcohol. Him having sex with her and her not even remembering it for 2 on the first night of the meeting after having a 3-month online relationship. Him putting her hand on his penis and her jerking it because, well, out of pity. And yeah, he is a generic neckbeard. He is rotund. He smells like sweat and cheese, and his dick stank. It's really bad.
I think I'm a good fit.
But here's the problem with this statement. After the breakup,
Oh, you don't even know half of it. If you would follow my YouTube channel, wink wink, WeswesO. Um, you seem you're innocent to lolcows, so that sure will taint your innocence per se. I have some terminally innocent friends that I'm going to be tainting per se. It'll be kind of enjoyable. I recommend WeswesO on YouTube. Teehee.
Lemur was the one who kept bombarding Lily with text messages. Lily posted a screen recording of their chat log, revealing Lemur's constant messaging after Lily had broken up with him. In this screenshot, Lily had sent what she believes was her final breakup message. I wish the very best for you. I need to be better. I just want to be alone and take time to understand myself. This was Lily's final note. She needed to break up to get a job and work on herself. However, Lemur couldn't handle it. After Lily's final breakup message, he popped into her DMs, asking stupid questions like whether or not he should delete their photos together. And he kept bombarding her with text messages. Yet, here he was, claiming that she was trying to...
Again, the leaping creamer. She had already ended it, and he keeps on pulling her in, being like, come on, look at me, give me attention. Hello, leave her alone.
get his attention. He sent text messages like a lovesick fool. I love you. Dude, I don't think I can drop you like this. I don't want this to end. Can you please stop pushing me away? These aren't the messages of someone who is tired of the relationship and...
She's pushing your way because you're disgusting. Not just your actions. Your hygiene sucks. In no way should you smell like cheese. In no way should you stank like that. Brother. No, that makes me sick. No, not brother. Just come on. What's wrong with you?
eager to move on, this was Lemur himself practically craving Lily's attention, and he had the guts to lie in his apology video that he was the one who wanted to end things.
Actually, let me tell you what happened, because she seems to make this whole thing, I broke up with him. I broke up with him. She never broke up with me. That's the thing. Like, I mean, I guess she kind of did. Like, she kind of would make it seem like she wanted to, and then she would...
She did break up with you. You didn't break up with her. She broke up with you, and you being a simp went into your DMs and was just like, oh, I'm gonna miss you. I don't want this to end. Wah, wah. No, don't leave me. Don't leave me. Wah, wah, wah. She broke up with you, you creepo.
come back and be like, I miss you. Let's get back together. I miss you. Of course, me being naive, I'd be like, oh, maybe, maybe I should forgive her.
The leaping lemur truly sounds pathetic with all his contradictions. On the other hand, Lily's screenshots reveal just how prepared she was to defend her case. And not only did she expose Lemur for the pathetic person he was after their breakup, Lily also had a say about the biting incident. According to her, it had only happened in an effort to fend off Lemur when he started to get physical with her on the last day together. In this panel, we have Lemur saying, "No one hit you. No one touched you," with Lily replying, "You did. I could have sworn you did." Even in her message to Osama bin Laden, Lily explained that she reacted violently because of the alcohol and because Lemur kept touching her inappropriately. "I was drunk. He did in fact..."
Yeah, I'm just saying, because women are biologically, physiologically built weaker than men. That was almost weird, but yeah, overall, women are weaker than men. Period, dead end. They just are. Yeah, drunk woman. You're touching her in ways that are very much not okay. You being bigger and stronger than her, yeah, she has a right to get violent with you. Like, excuse me? I understand even when I get drunk, I'm not very coordinated. So yeah, you're touching her ways. She doesn't want you to. And being uncoordinated, yeah, it's about time you put all your force into whatever action you're doing to either punish somebody or get away, because yeah, if you connect, you really bring your point across. If you don't, well, you're probably falling, but realistically, let's just say realistically, he did reach and grab at her lower regions. and she were to smack him over the head with a plate, a bat, that's justified. Deserved. Like, yeah, no. We're crying, pissing, and moaning that she hit you and acted violent. It's not hard not to assault somebody. Excuse me?
Hit me or touched me in a way I obviously didn't like. I was blackout drunk. Even members of Kiwi Farm seemed to believe that the bite marks somehow resemble fingernail patterns, and this could essentially mean that they were defensive wounds. They see that Lily had screenshots to counter Lemur's words. At the end of the day, his statements in his apology video were not selling him out to be the good guy. If Lemur had simply stayed quiet, if he'd shown even a basic understanding of how damaging his words could be, perhaps the situation wouldn't have escalated as dramatically as it did, but ego and the need to defend himself led Lemur to appear online and spew more damaging details about his case. He had not taken accountability for his sexual advances, nor had he apologized to anyone. All he had done was paint Lily as the problem. He blamed her for being a drinker and attention seeker. It was only one time that he apparently admitted his fault in offering Lily alcohol. This was in his interview with Himpleton. When directly asked if he thought giving Lily alcohol was wrong, he agreed that it was wrong, before ultimately stating that it was what boyfriends and girlfriends do.
Do you think that you did anything wrong giving Lily alcohol?
Yeah, I think that I shouldn't have. I think that in terms of her being 19 and me being 21, I shouldn't have. I think that it was stupid of me, like optically, to even think that that was a good idea.
Saying that committing sexual acts on your drunken partner is what boyfriends and girlfriends do is completely wrong. It's as if Lemur was attempting to normalize illegal activity by framing it as typical relationship behavior. Yes, couples often drink together. But when one person is legally unable to drink and they completely lose control of their thinking faculty, it's not normal relationship behavior. It's something much darker. Unfortunately for Lemur, he lost all control of the narrative the minute Lily had turned to Kiwi Farms. Every single detail about Lemur surged. There were screenshots of leaked conversations revealing how he threatened to kill Lily if he ever caught her cheating.
Yeah, all the violence that he brought up, like if you were to cheat on me, I would do this thing. If I caught you with guys, I would caught you with another guy, I would shoot you. It was just constant violence. If she did this, he would do that. If you do this, I'll do that. Over and over again, consistently.
Cheating on my life. This is the kind of shit that would get you killed. But I swear if you called me on some F shit with another dude, bro, I'm blasting y'all. And that's not all of it. Other messages showed his extreme possessiveness, his...
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know how long it'll take you, but it's been a while, so I assume a while. I don't know, we'll talk then. I get home later, maybe? I'm sorry if I'm making you not want to talk to me. Could I get something, babe? Life, is there anything you need or want right now? You're so beautiful. I miss you. Sometimes I feel like a pussy and how much I care for you, bruh. I'm just wanting to be able to talk to my girlfriend. She makes me miss you so bad. My beautiful baby. Ugh. Knowing what he looks like, how the fact that he stanks and what he's done, that just that does not make me feel great reading that out loud.
Constant demands for attention, and his habit of accusing her of not caring when she had other responsibilities. Here's one where Lemur claimed that they never talk, and Lily responded that she had homework to do. And in this panel, Lily told Lemur that despite her busy schedule, she still responded to his texts and called regularly. I do be giving you time and attention, and I respond to your texts. I have called you 3 different times today, and each of those times, it's been around 10 to 40 minutes. But Lemur wanted more. He wanted to hang out. He wanted to share her very space, to crawl into her skin if possible. Lemur was that possessive. Yet this private face we're seeing in the leaked conversations looked nothing like the public image Lemur had tried to cultivate. He lied through his teeth that Lily had been the problem when the screenshots were proving otherwise. And there was more. Lily also revealed information about Lemur's character beyond their relationship. She shared that he routinely trash-talked other YouTubers behind their backs. Notable names such as Major Chilla, Antimatter...
That especially pissed me off because he did so much content with these YouTubers. And like these YouTubers seem to be like genuinely good people. Why the crap would you shit talk your at least supposed friends on the lower level, coworkers, to a new girlfriend that you just started talking to? An ego thing? Oh yeah, he's got an ego. I get that. Yes. For sure. Yeah, he's got an ego. But why? Were you only quote unquote friends with these people so you would do videos with them? You'd be in those videos and you'd get advertised? Were you being a snake like that? Is that why? Like what the hell?
Morty, Bloodspeth, and Kiwi Tapes popped up in this part. These
I would say favorite YouTuber there is Kiwi Takes. Kiwi Takes. I promise I can speed chat. Kiwi Tapes. Awesome channel. So much good content there.
were people with a thriving YouTube presence, people he maintained friendly relationships with publicly, yet Lemur was badmouthing them privately. In one screenshot, Lemur was seen basically calling Chilla a jobless 27-year-old who wanted to get drunk on live streams. He made it seem like Chilla was desperate to have him by his side.
Wait, jobless Chilla? I'm pretty sure in, the live streams that he's done, well, does, not done, he has made hundreds of dollars a live stream. And he's making money on his YouTube channel. Again, Pat calling the kettle black since you don't have a job either and you're just pulling money from YouTube? What's the logic there, buddy? Well, not buddy. Oh, no. What's the logic there? 'Cause technically you're both jobless. Just one's not a creep. I don't know.
Wants me to go live with his ass. I told him, nah, like I want to relax and he's trying to guilt me into it. Not everyone is 27 or whatever TF and not having nothing else going on. In another screenshot, he also made another bold and laughable claim. Lemur more or less accused Kiwi Tapes of stealing content from channels, including his own. And this is rather ironic, because Lemur himself basically sources in...
Which, this is so stupid. All of these channels source these different videos on these bad people, either from the original channel. Oh, I should not be gesticulating. That looks weird. Either way, from the original person, which again, that's commentary, all good and fine. Fair use is a thing in the US. But or from other channels. Now, if he's talking about ideas, well, if we talk about a lolcow and then talk about information on what a lolcow has done, there's no way to present the same information in such a different way that it's not the same information anymore. So, cool. If those people are copying you on the lolcows you're doing, you're also copying other channels that are doing lolcow things because you came after them. So, again, where's this logic coming from?
Information from Kiwi Farms for his own videos. Even worse, he's never credited the forum for the resources he basically copied. His apparent dislike for the farm stems from the fact that the forum makes him feel insecure. Among the bombshells,
it's because you belong on there.
Messages Lily sent to Osama bin Laden, she revealed how much of a bad friend...
Not as a user, a victim of Kiwi Farms, by the way.
Lemur was to these YouTubers. Lemur had said, he hates Chilla, says he's a drunk, do sent like going to live with him, talks shit about antimatter Morty, says he's a sellout that Chill and him disapprove of him. Blood Depth edits his videos for $50, but was shitting on his content, DOR being performative. Literally said he didn't FW him mouth times. And the trash talking didn't end with his supposed friends. It also extended to his fans. Lily revealed that Lemur had called his own fans retarded and cringe. He literally showed contempt for the very people who made his career possible. And when he had the chance to set things right by either apologizing for his insults or even acknowledging them, Lemur did the opposite. He claimed that Lily was lying and she had just taken zoomed-in screenshots of their discussions.
took screenshots of that. She took like zoomed in screenshots and made it seem like I was just straight talking shit about Chilla. I think I'm talking to my girlfriend. I think I'm able to vent to her, so I vented to her about it. She took a zoomed in screenshot and made it seem like I was talking shit about just Chilla. I was just venting about my day.
Lemur had his chance and he blew it. His words didn't match the screenshot evidence Lily provided. And just like that, Gilberto Cardona III, aka the Leaping Lemur, had become the newest documented lolcow in town.
Well, I should have listened to the people on Kiwi Farms. When they said this girl was crazy, when they said this girl was BPD, I didn't want to believe it because I was in love with her. I thought I knew.
The allegations were out and the evidence was public. The Leaping Lemur had leapt right into the spotlight, but not in the way he'd ever wanted. His first problem wasn't sexually harassing Lily and provoking her to expose him. No, it was his ego. Lemur's transformation from content creator to 2025's biggest lolcow began with his ego. Before the exposition, he had achieved 70,000 subscribers at his peak. This was a respectable number, but it hardly made him internet royalty. Yet Lemur carried himself like he'd already made it to the top. He often boasted to Lily that he makes $6,000 a month, and when he grinds, he can make as much as $10,000 a month.
Shit.
Lily revealed this in her conversation with Osama bin Laden.
I mean, if true, goddamn, you should be grinding, not assaulting a woman. You should have been grinding on YouTube. Easy.
himself attested to this in his interview with Tarman and Osama bin Laden. He told them that he makes $6,000 on average and $10,000 sometimes.
Do you make $10,000 a month?
Depends on the month.
Okay, on average, do you is my question.
On average, I probably make 6K.
On the surface, this might seem impressive, until you learn that he only had $3,000 in his savings account. Lemur himself admitted this.
Wait, he lives in a house with his parents. Makes $6K a month, apparently. And I've been watching him at least for year and a half, 2. And only 3K in his bank account, his savings. Wow. I get somebody working paycheck to paycheck not having shit for savings. But somebody making 6K a month only has 3K in savings. And he's made 10K times, I would assume multiple times before. Excuse me? Hello, I'm thinking about redacted next widget beetle. Kinger the Binger? I do not know what you mean. But hello there, new chatter. Welcome. Welcome. I am a Wes. I stream places. I have other YouTube channels. WeswesO. Hi there. Hi. That's my ad. Currently, we're going over a creator that became a lolcow / garbage internet person. But yeah, welcome. Continuing.
In his private messages to Lily, and also in his interview with Tarman.
Okay, and you still have $3,000 in your savings?
I had $3,000 in my savings at the time because I had bills to pay. Like a majority of my money, I think I got in like a $6,000, $5,000 check at the time, and then it went into bills, and then I put $3,000 into savings.
For someone in their early 20s living in Bakersfield, California, this amount isn't all that bad. But at the same time, it's not that good for Lemur, who had a family to cater to. With the bills he had to pay, $3,000 wasn't the fortune Lemur was pretending it was.
Okay, I really don't like the fact that he's using that same video of Lemur doing that weird pose, yanking on his little necklace thing to show it off. I don't like the fact that I keep on seeing that crap. I hate it.
He not only boasted about it to his 19-year-old girlfriend, but also convinced her that he was capable of taking care of her with it. Lemur told Lily, "I have money. Don't be thinking any MFer could take care of you like I take care of you."
Quite literally anybody else at least making a livable income a month. It's not just you. Yeah, I got 3,000 in my savings. I make about 6K a month, allegedly. No motherfucker can take better care of you than me. What about the other people that make even 3K a month? Yeah, something tells me there's more people than you. Higher quality people, too, you dumpy ass motherfucker.
Can you believe the possessive arrogance in his statement? Lemur promised Lily so many things. He promised a car, an apartment, and even a chance to grow a YouTube channel together.
In sausage, like he said, "Oh, I'll be your sausage. You can be my sniper wolf, and I'll help you."
Oh, that's such a weird analogy. Cause Sniper Wolf didn't play games. He had her boyfriend play him for him, and she actually legitimately steals so much content for her content. Like, yeah, yikes.
Make content, and we can go live together. He was just like feeding it like to me. Like I was just like, okay. Like maybe 2 weeks into the relationship, he was like, "Oh, I'm trying to have you move out here. I'm trying to get engaged with you. This and that. We're gonna make content."
3 months into a relationship and you already want to get engaged. That is such a bad idea. Like for me, I'm looking at like 3 to 5 years before I think about it and do it. Not even within the first 6 months, let alone 3. What is wrong in that guy's head?
Together, we're gonna have a house together. Like
The situation gets even sadder when you discover that Lily believed his words. She keyed into his promises for a better life and eventually quit her job, a decision that she boldly regretted at the end of the day.
I did quit my job because he told me numerous times. He's like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to give you all the money you need. There's a screenshot of him telling me that he was going to get me a car. Like he made big promises, and I and I felt the need to stay.
Lemur had painted himself as her ticket to a better life, a savior who would solve her financial needs. But the reality, he was just a YouTuber with a modest following, making decent money that was nowhere near enough to support 2 people long term. Even his priorities with money need to be examined. Here is a case that made Lily believe that Lemur might not even be that generous person he was portraying. Lily told Osama bin Laden that Lemur once ordered $68 worth of McDonald's and made his disabled father pay for it. But this isn't even the most.
Wow, what the? I'm just saying, if I'm ordering $68 worth of McDonald's, I would be going to get it. Because those fries are not amazing when they get cold. I'd be going to get it so I could have it as warm as possible. Because a lot of that food from McDonald's. Hey guys, I'm Wes here. I used to work at a McDonald's, so I've had most of the food on the menu. Um, as it cools off, that food gets nasty. Once a lot of that food cools off, it like the meat turns into like a styrofoamy hockey puck. Basically, any of them that are not the quarter pounder or the chicken. But still, moving on.
Mind-blowing part. The punchline was when he got upset that his father's card declined. Lemur was broke, so he relied on his father to buy him McDonald's. Come to find out, his dad is broke too. This entire situation is absolutely jaw-breaking. Lemur was promising to financially support his girlfriend, yet he was putting a burden on his disabled.
Wait, he's broke, but he has 3,000 in savings. Something tells me you could have just pulled some money out of savings. Is that such a crazy idea? Huh? Is it?
Father. This is a window to his true character. Lemur was no financial savior. He was just someone who was using sugar-coated words to win the heart of his girlfriend. Lemur's ego was sky high. It didn't just revolve around his ability to make money, it also reflected in his online presence, in the way he called his fans retarded and cringe. But that was as far as his ego went, because the layers right below that arrogance was hypocrisy. You see, Lemur criticized a lot of people, especially those who were just like him. He made a name for himself mocking lolcows, particularly targeting their physical appearances and lifestyle choices. Nova Online and Tafiachu are both overweight creators, and they've received special attention from him. He calls them meatballs.
Well, folks, here we go. Today, we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite meatball, Nova.
Realistically, just how bad Nova Online is. I almost don't care too much that, Lemur being a meatball per se is calling Nova a meatball because, well, Nova is a chome, and at least, as bad as it sounds, at least Lemur is just a sexual assaulter, an SAer. It's much better than being a chome, even however so slight. Just saying.
Online.
And the irony is, Lemur is also meatball-sized in real life. Lemur weighs between 250 to 300 pounds. According to Lily's revelations, he had started at 300 pounds and slimmed down to 250. However, 250 pounds is still significantly overweight by any medical standard. Yet this didn't stop him from body-shaming others. And that's not all the shameful thing about Lemur. His projection of insecurity extended beyond physical appearance. Lemur mocked lolcows for their failed relationships, poor decision-making, their inability to maintain friendships, all while demonstrating these exact behaviors in his own life. But there's an old saying about glass houses and stones. Lemur lived in the most fragile of glass houses, throwing boulders at anyone who caught his attention. When he mocked lolcows for their failed relationships, he was foreshadowing his own romantic
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's lining up too good.
disaster. And when he criticized their physical appearances, he revealed his deepest insecurities. In retrospect, every element of Lemur's public persona was a red flag. Him boasting about his finances reflected an underlying insecurity. Likewise, the body shaming on lolcows who were just like him. His entire online presence was a house of cards. Impressive looking from a distance, but structurally unstable and ready to collapse at the slightest pressure. That pressure ultimately came in the form of his ex-girlfriend Lily. But before we get to the beginning or the end for the Leaping Lemur, it's important to understand how he got here. The origin story of a lolcow. Every internet personality has an origin story. That moment when they decide to pursue online fame. For Gilberto Cardona III, that moment came on February 12, 2016, when he created his YouTube channel, The Leaping Lemur. At the time, Lemur was around 12 years old, a kid with internet access and apparently enough
Damn. Fuck, I feel old.
free time to dive into the world of online content creation. What he uploaded in those early days remains a mystery. Those initial videos have either been deleted or made private, lost to time like so many embarrassing teenage attempts at internet stardom. However, his first public video was uploaded in December 2023, focused on Daniel Larson, a schizophrenic individual who had become a notorious figure in certain corners of the internet. Daniel was a mentally ill person who was exploited by trolls who had pointed themselves his managers, and these people manipulated him into increasingly concerning behavior for entertainment. It's quite concerning how and why a young teenager would be immersed in a lolcow documentary at such an age, but it shouldn't be a surprise considering that Lemur was a lolcow himself. Fortunately for Lemur, he found an audience. His most viral video is of Devin Sweeney, and it managed to rack over 330,000 views, and he's had subsequent view counts on his channel, all from his documentation about lolcow lives and culture. And here's where Lemur's content creation story gets really interesting. Lemur built his channel substantially.
I will say, the videos he's made have been pretty good. But oh my gosh. Yikes.
On Kiwi Farms material. He put in little effort to conduct further research on various topics. And the worst part? His delivery was painfully boring. Lemur's voice carried no energy or passion. It was monotonous, sounded as if he was a couch potato who was recording a podcast while watching Total Drama Island.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Oh yeah, his old stuff. Oh no.
I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope you ate some good food and opened. So, Ryan,
I hope you had a great Christmas and ate some good food. I had some turkey, mashed potato. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I
started off posting pretty wholesome content for the most part.
When he finally fixed his poor script reading habits, Lemur was set for exponential growth. By late 2025, Lemur had accumulated around 70,000 subscribers. Although this number isn't that massive by YouTube standards, it still represents a legitimate audience and income stream. And maybe this was the reason why he went so out of control in his relationship. You see, before Lily came into the picture, Lemur had a girlfriend whom he had dated for 3 years. Not much was revealed about this relationship, but there's room to believe that his lolcow behavior began to take firm root when he noticed Lily. In her reports, Lily expressed that Lemur had stalked and even gooned to her during his on and off relationship with his ex-girlfriend.
So I
Oh, yeah. Oh. Couldn't you have just took that to your grave, to be honest? I'm pretty sure he volunteered the information, too. And even realistically, don't volunteer it. You should have just took it to your grave. Even if she asked, like, what's the worst thing you've ever done? Just take that to your grave, man. I don't see any advantage in saying stuff like that at all.
will tell you, he told me that his ex was on and off, and during their on and off relationship that he would stalk me, and then he admitted that he would goon to me.
For some weird reason, Lemur thought it was wise to reveal that kind of information to a lady he wanted to date. You don't just tell a lady that you stalked and gooned to her. That's completely lolcow logic, no matter how you think about it. And this was not the only time Lemur displayed a poor sense of judgment in his relationship with Lily. On November 2nd, 2025, Lemur made a decision that would ultimately lead to his complete unraveling. He introduced his girlfriend to the internet. The post was simple enough. It was a screenshot of himself and Lily watching smiling friends together on Discord. Lemur tweeted, "My girlfriend is so hot." This was Lemur's biggest flex in life, because for him, this public declaration indicated that he wasn't just a successful YouTuber, but also capable of maintaining a relationship. It was like his way of saying, "Look at me, I have subscribers."
Again, ego issues. So many times in this that his ego is literally his downfall. Just like be egoless, and I think he'll be incredibly successful. I think that's the best, what do we call it? Best advice to get out of this, other than, not do what Lemur did. But yeah, definitely just be egoless. Don't have an ego. There's no point.
And a hot girlfriend. He didn't want to do this with his ex-girlfriend simply because he didn't find her attractive enough to flaunt. For Lemur, Lily was the only goddess who would stoop low enough to look his way.
But our time frame is, he was already broken up with her for a month before we started talking. But he would tell me that he was thinking about me while with her.
And sadly, this level of self-importance would not bode well for him, because thanks to this bold yet foolish move, the cracks in their relationship would start to spread. Lemur posting his girlfriend on the internet was a very bad idea, not to mention he was known on Kiwi Farms. So publicly showcasing your girlfriend to an audience full of strange internet characters is poor decision-making. Even people on Twitter called out this foul behavior. For instance, this user pointed out how Lemur was acting like Nova for posting his Discord girl.
I loved it when that happened. Oh my gosh, when that was brought up that he's acting like Nova, and he's literally just inches for being Nova.
Girlfriend online. To which Lemur responded, "She ain't my Discord girlfriend. She's my girlfriend who I called on Discord one time to watch a show together." And that's the problem. Lemur was so drunk on his sense of self-worth that he hadn't realized his first and most detrimental mistake, because after this unraveling, some users began digging into Lily's background. They found out that she had a history with mental health, having gone to the mental hospital 10 times in the past. And they also stumbled across her library of thirst traps. They even called multiple names. They called her fat, which is something Lily hoped would end after spilling the details about Lemur. And they also claimed that she had borderline personality disorder, BPD. One user, Wild Pack of Jerkups, was among the first to label Lily as having BPD based on nothing but her online presence. And the user also sounded a loud warning to Lemur to leave her because she could ruin his life. This woman is giving off some serious BPD vibes. Lemur, if you're reading this, abort mission now. This woman will ruin your life. I seriously hope you never showed her face. This was how Lily's name got cemented on Kiwi Farms. With an unfounded reputation of borderline personality disorder, Lemur even tried to use it in his defense. In his apology video, he mentioned how he was warned about Lily having BPD and he should have stayed away.
Stay with the girl. I should have listened to the people on Kiwi Farms when they said this girl was crazy, when they said this girl was BPD. I didn't want to believe it because I was in love with her. I thought I knew her more.
It's interesting to note that the BPD accusation was just a trolling act. There is no medical record to prove that Lily has borderline personality disorder. Even Wild Pack of Jerkops, the guy who had made the initial statement, apologized to Lily for it. However, that wasn't the end of Lily's suffering after Lemur had introduced her to the public. You see, Lily was doxxed, and not just her, but her entire family. Private information about her home address was discovered, and strangers began to deliver unwanted parcels to her house. Lily told Osama bin Laden that she had received some Mormon and Scientology newsletters from nowhere. Unfortunately, this strange and unwanted attention from the public eye eventually caused a rift between Lily and her family. They were upset that their
Yeah, again, this guy dealt with the lolcows. He's seen what Kiwi Farms is. He's obviously been on that site enough. Wow, he got her doxxed and her entire family. They're, oof. Oh my gosh, my brain's melting on that one.
information was out on the internet because of her. So Lily's sister stopped talking to her and her family blocked her. My mom was going crazy. They didn't want anything to do with me. It was all around chaos from the moment Lemur revealed Lily to the world. He didn't move a finger concerning the doxing issue. He never spoke against it online. In fact, his relationship with Lily from this point became a more private affair. And what observers couldn't see was how he continued to reveal his worst possible self to Lily in their text messages. As we've discussed earlier, the messages between Lemur and Lily were a classic case of love bombing. It started intensely and stayed that way. Lemur demanded constant contact, wanting Lily on the phone with him virtually all the time. Lemur also spoke lolcow words of affirmation, constantly telling
Babe, you're so much prettier than any of my exes. And you have a way better body than any of them, trust me. Oh, gosh.
Lily how she's prettier than his exes and how she had a nice body. And it didn't end there. Lemur expressed such a revolting sexual desperation in his text messages. He sent words like, and here's a big one. The message trails off, but the implication is clear. Lemur was fixated on the physical aspect of their eventual meeting. He was counting down to when he could have sexual access to someone he'd been exclusively with online. It's no wonder Lily suspected that he touched her when she woke up after being completely intoxicated. With each screenshot, Lemur was proving to be a nutcase in their relationship. Lemur trash-talked his friends to her and even revealed his hidden interest for incest porn. In this screenshot, we can see Lemur.
He joked about that all too often for it to be a joke. I must say, like, crikey, he mentioned it too much.
We're talking about watching incest porn and asking Lily if he could call her his stepsister. This isn't the kind of conversation a normal person would have with their girlfriend. The fact that Lemur even brought it up in the first place is inherently problematic. It shows that he had an interest in it. This topic was something that crossed his mind, and maybe he believed that Lily harbored the same sick interest. Lemur displayed a lot of red flag behaviors in his private messages with Lily, and it's sad that Lily herself was too devoted to him to see that. After all, she'd been his fan first before becoming his girlfriend. What's more, Lemur sold dreams to her. She believed she had a future with him. Unfortunately, it all went down the drain after the first time they met in person. Lily had to learn in the most traumatic way possible the kind of person her online boyfriend was. Since Lemur's story came out for the world to see, the members of Kiwi Farms took it upon themselves to see to the matter. They tracked Lemur's response to the crisis, asking him the strangest and most embarrassing questions known to man. Like this one when Osama bin Laden asked him if the stinky junk allegation.
Well, no one hit you. It's bad. You felt like you hit me. It felt like you hit me. I get it, but no one did that. And then you hit me. I went crazy because. So that's your bad at the end of the day. I didn't want to be hit. No one hit you. That's the thing. But I could have sworn you did. You just hit me. I was having hella fun. I responded, Lily, no one hit you. Literally, bro. You literally hit me? I don't know what to tell you. When? How? What the fuck? I felt it in bed, bro. No, that's why I got up.
It was true, to which Lemur denied, as expected.
Is the dick stinking allegations true? Is there any truth to this?
I have
Do you
no
shower,
idea.
Gilberto, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I took showers while I was there. Lily knows I took showers. I brought a bunch of clothes, like so much clothes that I had to get a new backpack, or I had to get a different backpack.
They also asked what he was thinking when he had talked about watching incest porn, and Lemur, as usual, stuttered and foolishly made it out to be a joke. He claimed that he had been trying to make a joke because people had been calling her a porn addict.
I guess not even trying to see, just trying to make a joke towards the fact that Lily.
How is mentioning a corn genre joking towards somebody who is a corn addict? I mean, sure, they would more than likely know what that genre is, but I don't get it. I don't get
Like
it.
people were messing around with Lily and saying she was a addict. So I was like, would you? It wasn't real, bro. Like it wasn't. It was.
Can you imagine that? While the internet was insulting his girlfriend, Lemur thought it was a brilliant idea to bring up incest porn.
Fucking hypothetical.
My
like
girlfriend's a porn
hypothetical.
addict. I need to watch incest to counteract the haters.
But that's the thing. Like
That logic is crazy.
the text messages didn't show that I watch incest porn, that I like incest porn. It was me saying like, what would you do if I
called you step, bro. Yeah, well,
it was a joke.
What are you doing, stepladder?
Lemur was making a complete fool of himself in these interviews. They asked him all kinds of questions to challenge everything Lily had said, and even statements he had made in his apology video. These aren't questions designed for respectable members of society. They were topics of ridicule and discussion for the leaping Lemur. Following the interviews, a thread was created specifically for Lemur himself. The ultimate irony of Gilbert Cardona III's downfall can be summarized in this single URL. And like that, the hunter became the prey. The forum mocked him, and former friends and collaborators took turns turning his story into viral content. Major Chilla posted a documentary about Lemur, tagging it "The Leaping Lemur Lolcow YouTuber turned degenerate abuser," and many other channels hopped on the story, eager to unravel the latest lolcow in town. The collaborative response from these creators...
Dude, even channels that don't necessarily cover lolcows covered him. I thought it got blown way out of lolcow stuff when I first saw the first one, but then I saw 2, 4, 6 others. It's crazy.
Sent a clear message. Lemur was being excommunicated from the community. He had turned to one of their many subjects, and there was no salvation for him at this point. Lemur lost over 20,000 followers overnight, and his losses also extended to his credibility, both as a creator and a friend. His peers were publicly distancing themselves from him. One striking example is a TikTok user named Lynn. Lynn was a former friend of Lemur's who shared her own story of his manipulation. Apparently, she had been friends with Lemur throughout his relationship with Lily.
It took me a few days for me to process the whole leaving Lemur drama, mainly because I considered him a friend, and he lied to me about a bunch of shit, and I believed him because I considered him a friend. And
Lynn had been Lemur's supporter in everything. The nature of their friendship involved them venting to one another about their private affairs.
And here's the type of relationship that I had with Lemur. Like, we would vent to each other about a lot of shit. But we had, like, a lot of deep conversations, and we would, like, vent to each other.
Deep conversations with him. That's crazy. Just him having the capacity to do that.
Every now and then, but, like, I didn't...
So, given the nature of their connection, Lemur would naturally vent to her about Lily, and Lynn believed everything. Well, this is because Lemur had lied to her about the situation and painted Lily as unstable, vindictive, and dishonest.
He talked about her like she was being overly possessive of him, like being mentally unwell, freaking out at him over nothing.
Lynn also claimed that Lemur had told her that Lily felt threatened by Lynn and didn't want them to be mutuals.
How she didn't want me and him being mutuals because I'm a girl.
Lynn, being a good friend, had urged Lemur to get out of their relationship since he kept talking about how toxic Lily was to him.
So I urged him to get out of this.
So he's talked shit about everybody in his life. Damn, what an awesome person. Oh my gosh.
relationship, because if a person is doing that, it's probably best that you're not in a relationship with them because they are not going to get better.
Lemur had apparently reached out to her seeking support and validation. He framed himself as the victim of a crazy ex-girlfriend who was making false accusations, and poor Lynn had not learned about Lily's side of the story at the time.
I didn't see Lily's side of the story until very, very recently.
However, when the whole picture finally came together and the mounting evidence was impossible to ignore, Lynn finally saw the truth. It hit her with an awful sense of betrayal.
I feel like a massive piece of shit because I chose to believe him because he was my friend over this girl who had a bunch of evidence.
Even when the internet had blown up on Lemur after his apology video, she had stuck out for him, believing he was a good friend.
Like, I low-key feel like I enabled him, but he was lying to me.
Lemur's fall to lolcow status was final at this point, and he himself accepted it. He came to terms with it. In his second video, which he posted on December 26, 2025, and tagged "My Final Response," Lemur finally acknowledged his sins for the first time ever. He apologized to Chilla for speaking about his drinking habits and liver problem, citing that it was wrong of him to mention it to a partner.
When it comes to Chilla, I would talk shit about his drinking. I would say shit about his liver, personal shit that should have never been given out to anybody.
And he also apologized to Kiwi Tapes, claiming that what he had said and how he acted towards him was inexcusable.
Either way, the shit that I said about him is inexcusable. It doesn't matter what I was trying to do.
The video spanned over 42 minutes, and the opening minutes were full of Lemur apologizing to his friends and collaborators.
There was over 21,000 messages between me and Lily. There was probably a lot of shit I talked about in confidence with her. And to everybody who I did that to, I apologize, genuinely.
Lemur also acknowledged that he had been toxic to Lily. He finally admitted that their relationship was cringe and childish, and he wouldn't want a repetition to ever happen in his life again. Not that it would, honestly.
And I was toxic. I was toxic to Lily as far as the texting goes. It was a cringe relationship, and I never want to be in one like it.
However, that was as far as the accountability went. Lemur still denied that he had sexually assaulted her, even though she had literally woken up naked after being led to drink to total blackout on their first night. Lemur provided screenshots to show that Lily had wanted him to have sex with her when she was drunk.
There was no essay that occurred during this relationship. There's no proof from Lily's end that this ever occurred. There's only her own words.
But what he still didn't realize is that consent still needs to be approved at the present moment, not in the past. Lily might have contributed her quota of sex messages, but the feeling ultimately changed when his physical appearance turned her off, and she struggled with pushing intimacy further. There was also the case of her getting violent with him in retaliation to his advances. This should have informed Lemur at the time of making his second apology video that the former text messages didn't matter since she didn't give her consent at the end of the day. Lemur's second video is basically about him analyzing Lily's interviews and forming a defense around how Lily never said no.
Yeah, he basically reacted to her interviews just to basically try and defend himself from said interviews. So it's so stupid. So
Fair.
stupid.
It's messy and totally embarrassing for Lemur himself. The comments under the video were largely against him. Some clamored for Lemur to shut down his channel, and others ridiculed him, calling him the new Nova. No one was on his side anymore. The leaping had completely transformed into the leaping lolcow, and his story would be added to the list of plus-size degenerates who he had always documented in the past. As 2025 drew to a close, the Leaping Lemur existed in a new reality. The Leaping Lemur YouTube channel, which had peaked at around 70,000 subscribers, was losing followers like a leaking pipe. His reputation was destroyed, and hanging over everything were the serious allegations from Lily. If she pursued her case legally, Lemur could face serious charges. It could attract charges for misdemeanor due to him purchasing and feeding alcohol to a minor. According to the California Business and Professions Code number 25658, such a person would face penalties including $250 to $1,000 in fines and 24 to 32 hours of community service. And Lemur could also face sexual assault charges for committing sexual acts on an intoxicated person. Under the law of Bakersfield, California, this counts as rape. If found guilty, Lemur could face serious penalties. He could be
7
imprisoned
to
for a
11
period
years.
ranging from
Whoa.
5 to
Oh, that's for
9
14.
years. And he
5
could
to
also
9.
be tagged as sex offender for a
Whoa.
lifetime. These are serious, life-altering situations that Lemur was inviting to himself. Just because he believed he had gained a little power from his YouTube channel, he believed he could act as he liked with a fan who was also his girlfriend. The worst thing that could happen to Lemur would be him
Yikes.
facing the law, the same way lolcows like Nick Bates and Chris Chan were arrested for rape and incest charges. These are the
Yup.
realities of lolcows,
Mhm.
and the leaping lemur might not be exempted from it in the coming future, but until that happens, he'll remain the internet's most recently mocked degenerate. For now, Lemur has gone into hiding. He hasn't uploaded any video on his YouTube channel since his final response. The same applies to his X account, which has been inactive since December 19th, 2025. And even his TikTok page has been made private. Lemur has retreated into a private bubble. And things might not have spiraled out of control if he had been this quiet in the first place. He wouldn't have cast the public's attention on Lily, and she would have never known about
She
kiwi
would have been
farms in the first place.
fine.
Well, maybe it's a good thing Lemur didn't know how to shut, because thanks to his eagerness to show off, he made the world see how much of a lolcow he truly was. By doing so, he inevitably saved a lot of ladies on the internet from getting together with him. Now they would
Thank
know that he's
gosh, to be
possessive,
honest.
clingy, and a stinky person who pushes financial burdens on his disabled father while promising riches to women. They would also know that he's a big, unapologetic liar with an equally big ego, both of which are twice the size of his body. Years from now, anyone searching Lemur's name will find his thread on kiwi farms. They'll see those screenshots and will continue to spread word about what happened in the hotel room on December 2025. The leaping lemur leapt into infamy, and unlike his
Okay.
channel's mascot, there's no leaping back out. What a story. What do you think is the fate of the...
He is now the leaping lolcow forever. He will forever be the leaping lolcow. There's no him redeeming himself. I really hope he deletes his channel. His channel needs to die. The leaping gooner, the leaping creamer. Very, very, very terrible person.